one of our great strengths is that of cultural diversity and cultural tolerance. They are very rare, and these people, I want to talk generically about them. Not in our organization, but the kind of people who can produce the patents and the world-leading research that we have, be they in our organization or another one. They're unusual. And I actually want to start with our CTO, Brendan Raw, and tell you a story about him that's going to embarrass him. But it really does illustrate the power of brain power over money. Brendan worked for a very large oil company, and they had a trading system that literally traded tens of billions of dollars a year. And he was told to replace it because there was a lot of complexity. For instance, when Iraq was invaded, he literally needed to create a module that changed the transport structure in 3 hours.
Wow.
Remember, so that's like the paramedic of IT, and he is probably the finest rapid application developer in London. So, but Brendan produced that. But what I found more interesting was a 6-month project, which cost him basically 6 months of a contractor's time, runs a large portion of that company's commodity trading. And some executive looked at this a few years later, it worked seamlessly, and said, this one program is absolutely critical to a very big part of a multi-billion dollar FTSE 100 company. We'd better have a proper enterprise resource planning system that can run it in a way that our investors would think that we were controlling our resources properly. And they brought in a big team of top-rated consultants. They spent $100 million before they ditched the system, and 20 years later, that little system is still running. And my point is that the very finest runner is probably going to be a 10th or a 20th of a second faster than a very good runner, or a world-class runner even. But when it comes to IT development, when it comes to drug development, when it comes to minerals exploration, it's exponential. The best programmer is 100 or even 1,000 times better than an average programmer. When it comes to mineral exploration, there's a chap called Reynolds who discovered Iran, Iraq, and Venezuela. Those are the biggest oil provinces ever discovered. And that was one person. In our organization, Hutchinson, who's a shareholder, has found more oil than anybody else alive. So you need, when it comes to those people, they're extremely rare. They're often neurodivergent. They're often quite difficult to deal with. Brendan's not, but often they can be quite quirky, and usually they don't live next to you. So we are, I think, really one of our great strengths is that of cultural diversity and cultural tolerance.